If you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain, and it's second down. To throw on second down is Newton. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner able to use that strength and get him for a loss of 2. Throwing on third down, Newton. It's caught. Shepard. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A big third down play there for the Panthers. 41 yards. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. They've got his man, complete. A big third down play there for the Niners. 45 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Julius Peppers in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
To throw is Garoppolo. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Give running right, it's high. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And this is Shepard on the catch. 19 yards that time for number 19. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flushed out right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And he gets it down to the 32. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Charlotte after this. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground.
20.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Steps away to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Brenton Burson, 32 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
On 1st down, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Earl Mitchell in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
To throw on 3rd down, Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just.
Carlos Hyde, see you later. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Carlos Hyde with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They find some open field here. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just change. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Stewart on first down. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are able to strike for 6. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They start the drive with Hyde. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Mario Addison in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Again, it's high. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
From the gun, here's Newton. Being chased out left. Got some real estate inside the 30. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Fresh set of downs here. A shotgun snap for Newton. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got it. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate where he throws a nice pass for a first down.
Trying to punch it in, Stewart. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be knocked down sideways.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Mario Addison in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. He's going to rifle, and his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
The toss play, Stewart. He's to the 10. Oh, now he bowls him over. That good for 19 and a first down.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get it to your back. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Newton gives off to Stewart. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So Carolina eating some clock on the ground there, and part of why they were the NFC champs last year, number 2 as a team in the running game.
They played their identity last year. Offensive line, they could move people in the run game. Jonathan Stewart running it. Of course, big Cam Newton could be a short yardage guy. And remember, their head coach, Ron.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little juke. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Mario Addison able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? To throw, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Garoppolo. Gotta have this one. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And some room to work. Got some room at the 30. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Now Newton. Flush to his right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Newton now to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 19 yards that time for number 19. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. A big play there for the Panthers. 49 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Stewart taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 52 yards. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And they'll get set here looking for the two-point conversion. Garoppolo again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. So that right there was his second pick, but keep in mind, this is a guy who once had a rare 3-interception game in his career.
So what are you saying? That getting 2 in a game is like kid stuff for him? That's nothing. He's already done that, right? Been there, done that.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
He's got his man on the crossing route. A very solid gain of 27. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a play fake here on first down. So they're on that play. Offensively, they were in the crossing route. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Now it's Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Newton's going to throw it. That is caught at the 7. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
For us, for my